Mr. Thorsten, what are you doing at my side of the table?
Hey, I don't know.
Well, never mind. I was just wondering, where are you from, Mr. Thorstein?
I'm from Scotland.
Really? I thought you were from Norway.
My great-great-grandfather was from Norway, and so was my great-grandfather. And my grandfather was also from Norway.
Oh, for goodness sake. And I suppose your father was also from Norway.
No. My grandfather went to Scotland, and there he had a son, my father. And then my father had a son, which wasn't me. I had a brother. And then it was me.
Don't you miss your living relatives? Wouldn't you like to pay them a visit?
Oh, they're all dead.
Oh, sorry. That's unfortunate.
Oh, no, it's quite all right. You see, I was serving under King Knut. And, well, the boys and I broke some oaths, and then we were cursed with long life, living forever until our oaths were fulfilled. Well, eventually, we did it, and all went to the other side, except me.
Why?
Oh, I have plenty of time to be dead. So, I stood behind. I like living, and as you often say, life is so full of possibilities and wonderful surprises. Besides, I don't know if the other side has meat, and in here we have meat, beer and wine, and the food is great.
Well, you can't argue with that. Food is indeed great. But I was just asking about your relatives because today I'm going to make a video about a celebration to honor the dead relatives. Maybe you missed them.
Oh, those bloody bastards can do well without me. Let them stay there. I will have plenty of time to be with them, but not yet.
Right, well, let's get started. Hello friends, my name is Dísir and today I'm going to talk about the Dísablót. Well, the Dísablót is a blot or a festival, a sacrificial holiday which is held in honor of the female spirits called the Dísir. There isn't a specific day for this celebration. We know that it was held during winter. In some counts it was in the beginning of winter during the time of the winter nights. But in some places this holiday was by the end of winter to celebrate the revival of nature. Suffice it to say that this celebration was held at some point during winter. The exact timing differed widely across Germanic and Norse lands. In Norway and Iceland, for instance, this festival was known as Disablot, a sacrifice to the Dísir, and took place at the beginning of winter. It could be held in either a private house or a formal temple, and unlike the Alfablót, this was a public celebration. In Sweden, the Disting or Dísaþing, which means Dísir assembly, was held at the beginning of February. To the Anglo-Saxons, it seems this celebration was called Modraniht or Mother's Night, which took place around the New Year and probably has connections to the Germanic and Celtic Matron cult. The Matrons are female spirits who are very much like the Dísir, fertility spirits, guardian spirits, warriors, and so on. But what exactly is this festival about? From the name of the festival, we understand that the principal ritual act was a sacrifice, and from historical sources we know that there was a banquet, probably after the sacrifice, as it was normal, possibly consuming the meat of the sacrificed animals. The main purpose of this festivity was to honor all the female spirits, the female ancestors, the goddesses and other female beings such as the Valkyrjur or Valkyries. During this festival and the days that followed it, people worshipped female goddesses for the fertility of the fields, to have order and peace at home, and to receive that motherly touch of motivation, the care and love that is unique in the female spirit. The Dísir are not just the goddesses of the northern pantheon, but also the Vaethir, the whites or nature spirits that may help with the fertilization of the land, for good crops, healthy cattle and a proper soil for future plantations. In this group of female spirits are also included the female ancestors of each family, because in northern traditional paganism it was believed when people died they might choose not to go to the other world just yet, but to stay a little longer to help their descendants in their daily works. They stay to ensure that the family is safe and sound in happiness, joy, health and wealth. They might help in the plantations and the harvest, or taking care of the house, keeping the peace and order, and also unite each member of their family to keep the family bonds strong. We are used to the idea that the northern peoples of Scandinavia used to burn their dead in the long boats. along with their earthly goods, but there were other ways to bid farewell. One of those ways was to place their dead in some sort of a burial mound made with stones, built in a way that would resemble the deck of a boat, and these sacred places were built near the farmstead. This was often done in a private property by those who either had no wealth to possess a boat or simply did not wish to destroy their boats. Boats in Scandinavian societies were so important that they represented power and wealth. Boats were the principal means of transportation and the booster of the economy of medieval Scandinavia. The importance of boats to the Scandinavians is reflected on these grave mounds in the shape of boats. Burning a boat wouldn't last long, but building one in stone and covering it with dirt would last forever, and the memory of the ancestors would endure. And of course, building burial mounds is an ancient prehistoric tradition, using such constructions as markers of private property. But about boats in Scandinavian societies for another video. Now you ask, who or what exactly are the Dísir?
Hey, I didn't ask anything. I was minding my own business.
Yes, Mr. Thorstein, of course. There seems to be a lot of speculation about what exactly are the Dísir. The sources don't help much in answering these questions. Why did the Norse differentiate a group of female spirits from the rest of the female beings? I think it's important to separate the Dísir from other kinds of spiritual beings, because sometimes the Dísir seem to be all the female spirits recognized by the ancient Norse peoples, but other times the Dísir seem to be a group of female spirits different from all the other spiritual beings and other female spirits. We might find some answers if we look at the Valkyries. They are depicted as being female helping spirits of the god Odin. They are referred to as Odin's Dísir. Both the Dísir and the Valkyries are depicted as being warlike spirits, but also protective, resembling the nourishment and protectiveness of a mother, and a mother's love can sometimes turn women into fearsome warriors when it comes to protect their children. The Dísir are often portrayed as being guardian spirits of either a single individual, a group, or guardian of a location. They don't seem to be distinguished from other guardian spirits such as the Fylgjur, guardian spirits of an individual, the Hamingjur, entities of an individual or a group of individuals, and the Landvættir, spirits of the land or of particular locations. In terms of land spirits known in Old Norse as Landvættir, when they are female, they are sometimes called Landdísir in certain literary sources and place names in Iceland and Norway. The Dísir are also often depicted as being the spirits of dead female ancestors. Well, still feeling confused? You still don't know what exactly are the Dísir? That's alright, no one can answer that question. Unlike other religions which have a doctrine and tell us what is what, the Norse pagan tradition has always been a living spirituality to this day. It's open to interpretation and it's free from the bounds of religious laws, regulations and dogmas. The concept of Dísir, much like any other spiritual being of this pagan tradition, varies from account to account, location to location and from time to time. To the pre-Christian Norse, there was never the need to formulate a religious doctrine to make people worship in a single manner. So the Dísir may be the female ancestors or a particular group of goddesses or specific spiritual beings. From source to source, what they have in common is that they were female beings and important enough to make a festivity in their honor. The Disablot might be the remnants of a prehistoric cult to the mother goddess and her helpers, a festival to honor the fertility of the land, to call for protection, nourishment and the love only a mother can give. In the end, it doesn't really matter who are the Dísir. What is important is to retain this concept of honoring your female ancestors, remembering them and their deeds, how they fought to keep the peace, love and order in the family. Never forget their importance, because you one day shall join them and become an ancestor of someone. And you too will want to be remembered as a great figure and an icon of love, honor, strength and wisdom according to your deeds, of course. Also, honor the female members of your family that are still alive. Keep them proud, give them love, attention and respect, so in turn you might also receive their love and respect. Try to take the essence of this festivity into your everyday life. Make all days great days full of joy and love. And alright friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next video and of course, tack för idag! Mr. Thorstein.